Women in Yemen continue to suffer from constant Houthi violations against them. This report gives more details.
According to Human Rights Association, between 2015 and 2022, the Houthi militia kidnapped 1,700 women in Yemen, primarily in the capital Sana'a. The UN Human Rights Council, at its 51st regular session in Geneva, stated that the rights organization charged the militia with being supported by Iran with abusing female captives in Houthi jails. The association encouraged the council and international groups to apply pressure on the militia in order to get the women who were being held captive released and to stop the abuse against them. According to most recent statistics provided by the organization, Taz had the biggest number of violations by the militia of the UN-brokered truce, which totaled 3,000 in densely populated regions throughout Yemen. In addition, Houthis were accused of using tanks, artillery, and drones to target civilians, killing women and children and demolishing thousands of homes. Since the start of the war in 2014, Houthi crimes had resulted in 14,000 child deaths and injuries. Also, the Houthi rebels are responsible for 70% of all cases of violence against women. The violations ranged from purposeful deaths to severe injuries to female civilians and activists and amounted to war crimes against humanity. Women in Yemen face many challenges in obtaining justice amid the absence of legal protection. Meanwhile, women and human rights organizations have been preoccupied with humanitarian relief as the war continues, with women continuing to be the first victims through systematic attacks on their lives and physical safety in the absence of psychological support, laws to protect women in armed conflicts, and a lack of commitment by warring parties to international human rights laws and accountability in Yemen. 8 years have passed since Yemen's civil war began, and women there continue to suffer, not just from the hardships of displacement, but also threats, harassment, imprisonment, and inclusion from expressing their political rights. Women in Yemen continue to suffer, while the international community turns a blind eye.